What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode. It's episode number 6, starting today's episode off with this. On the back of our win on the opening day in the last episode, I had no plans to sell him. Our best centre-half, Julian Chabot, was approached by Bayer Leverkusen. Yep, clean sheet on match day 1. Great mentor for DJ, but whilst Leverkusen didn't win the championship last year like they did in real life, I mean, at the end of the day, they're a top 4 team. They're a Champions League side, let's be honest here. If a bid like this came in for him, he'd want to leave. He'd ask for a transfer, and it wouldn't be right to stand in his way. So, whoa, I don't think we're going to get that much money, but let's ask for close to 10 mil over the valuation. That's 9 mil over the valuation, 24.5 mil. And Xabi Alonso says no. Let's try and meet somewhere in the middle, around 22.5 million. And they say, yeah, 22.5 mil. And Julian Chabot is off to the Bayer Arena to play Champions League football. And after last year, he deserves it. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you just have to be very honest about these things. He's a really good centre-half, man. Again, now 79 overall. I wouldn't say he's too good for our team, but he's still getting better, and he's more than good enough to be playing European football. And so, if a bid like that comes in, you know, same nation club, Leverkusen, far bigger club than ours, Champions League side. Yeah, we're a team on the rise, but Leverkusen are where we want to get to. They're already there now, and he owes us nothing. He's only been here for a year after signing from Sampdoria. He owes us nothing, really, so I'm okay letting him go. There is a bit for Damien Downs from Hanover. That's interesting. But no, I like this guy. He's staying with me. He was part of the reason why last year we had such a great defensive record in the Bundesliga. So I'm not one bit surprised that a big club decided to come calling. And once they did, it wouldn't be right to stand in his way. It's one of the most expensive departures in club history, if not a club record sale, is Julian Chabot, after one permanent year here at Cologne and another year on loan as well, decides to call time on his time at the Rhein Energy Stadion and join Bayer Leverkusen. 22.5 mil. It's a decent fee, it's a realistic transfer, and I'm totally fine with that. Thank you for your service and farewell, Julian. So, our budget now up to around that kind of fee, due to the fact we had nothing remaining in the budget after the signing in the last episode of Salih Ozcan, but 23.5 mil now left. That's enough money for me to bring in one of my big targets, but I don't know whether I should or not, really. We got Martel, we got Ozcan. Maloney would now come into CB alongside Janssen as well. I think you know who I want. I've wanted him for a while, but I just don't know. It's just because I've never used him before, and I said I really want a Luxembourg player. Ironically, we had one and we sold him, but this is a real star in the Luxembourg national team. I don't know if we can afford him, that's the thing. I think it's going to be slightly out of our price range. I tell you what, let's play the first game today. It's Hertha Berlin away, back in the Bundesliga, as we take them on at the Olympia Stadion and turn this bed down here for Hussein Basic, and we'll see how things are looking on deadline day. So yeah, first away day is the Olympia Stadion, Hertha Berlin away, as we face the newly promoted side in our first away day this season. Come on, Carl. Hertha Berlin have obviously a massive ground, the Olympia Stadion, a second tier side, now back in the Bundesliga, and this save as they open the scoring early, and they're a great team for a road to glory if you fancy one, starting in the second division of German football, the 2 Liga. And we're already a goal down 16 minutes in here, our first conceded this year, and already the effect of not having Chabot in the back line is on full display. He became our best centre-half last year, and he was so good. So believe me, the money to get from him is great, but I would have much preferred just to have kept him here and Leverkusen not come call him. Chabot was that good. And DJ's got some big shoes to fill with whoever his partner ends up being. Go on, keep running. Yes, there we go, Fingrafe. Go on, John Joe Kenny to beat. Well done. Davy Selke, come on! With the leveller, and the former Hertha Berlin striker gets his second in 2 games. Thank God he's staying. Here we go. Oh, lovely little dink over the top. Jan Tillman, great save! And tried to follow his own rebound, but couldn't get there first. Excellent game. You know, the opening day against Freiburg, even though we won 2-0, it was a terrible game in terms of quality. This game already is looking much better. Much better football already here. And definitely more goals to come this afternoon, I'm sure of that. As Oscan does well. Jan, oh, take the free kick. Ah! Take the free kick, but Max has gone down and stayed down. Looks hurt as well. He's willing to carry on for now. And can he take the free kick as well? Yes, he can. I'm not great at free kicks, as you know, but Max... Oh, God, I am awful, aren't I? Absolutely awful. I'm so bad at free kicks, man. I only score like 1 or 2 a save. I haven't had one yet, but it will happen at some point. Yeah, we'll have that. Tillman, 2 Kynes off the bench for Max at the break due to injury. And Eric Martel, Davy Selke, off the post. He's so good. He's awesome, man. It's one of those where, and I say this all the time, rating, of course, is important at helping you understand just how good a player perceives to be, but it's not the most important factor. You know, Davy Selke might be 74 rated. To me, he feels like he's 82, 83. He is so good at so many facets to his game. Yeah, I guarantee he's going to get me another goal before the end of the game. I'm calling it already. I mean, he's setting the play up. He's holding it up brilliantly. He's throwing himself about. He's just excellent. And it should have been the goal right there. Straight to the keeper. It's all Davy Selke. Oh, man, I do not know how I didn't win that, man. So many chances and missed them all. Well, I mean, I do know how I didn't win, so I just answered my own question. That's 2 points dropped on our first away day, and I know it. I know it. I often say, oh, sometimes no point always a good result. But in this case, it's not, man. I had tons of chances, just couldn't finish there. And so as deadline day is here on the back of that, thankfully for Max, it was just a bruise in the end, so he'll be okay. Yes, you are the man for the job, DJ. I mean, you were starting last year. Deadline day is here, and I just think Leandro is going to be just slightly out of our price range here. 23.5 mil, but I often say nowadays you've got to take into consideration the wage budget as well, because that's the whole amount of your money, 23.5 mil. It's not 23.5 mil plus, 200k in the wage budget. It's 23.5 mil altogether. So really, we've only got about 19.5 to 20 mil, and I think that's just not enough for Leandro, unfortunately. I'll give it a go and include a sell-on clause, but this, I think, is going to see us come up short. Let's go with a 5% sell-on clause and an 18 million transfer fee, and I think Mites are just going to walk out the door and say, you just offended me. Well, they haven't, but they might as well have done. 20, so it's just too much in Season 2, unfortunately. Just a little out of our price range. I really want him. Are we going to get him at some point? We will get him at some point, because I really want a Luxembourg star in this team, but not for Season 2, unfortunately. So with that being the case, I'm going to go after my second choice, which is the young Belgian midfielder, Asta Franks. He's got a 5-star weak foot, which I absolutely love, and high work rates of 80 stamina as well. He looks like my sort of player. Technically pretty decent as well. 83 dribbling, 83 short pass, and his tackling stats aren't bad either. Bit of a jack of all trades, master of none, but I don't mind that in this FC Köln team. Can get him for close to valuation? Let's bring him in. I actually remember a few years ago, this guy was... Oh, he's out. Oh, he must be out of contract coming the end of the season. Well, I'll get into that in a moment. I could have got him cheaper. That's an overspend. Yeah, I've just looked this up, and he's actually out of contract to the end of 2025, which means that I could have got him on a cheaper, less than valuation deal. But you know what? A valuation transfer fee is never a bad deal to complete at the end of the day, and this one definitely isn't either. Welcome to the Rhine Energy Stadion, Asta Franks, and I'll be honest, I remember this guy from a few years ago when he had super high potential, but I don't think he's quite got the same anymore. He's one of those players who hasn't really kicked on after showing such promise in his very early years, but at 21, he's still incredibly young, and he's still going to get better as well. He's got the showing great potential tag. I don't know how much better he can get, but to me, I think looking at these stats here, again, box to box would be alright if he wasn't so slow. So maybe I could convert him into a bit of a walking CAM. I'm not entirely sure. For now, we'll leave him on balance, but Asta is our next man in here in West Germany. Obviously, we finished above Wolfsburg last season, so don't mind this deal at all. We've got so many forwards, it's crazy. I don't really know what to do here, Obviously, now if Simons is down, he would probably play CAM, and again, that does appear to be where his best role would be. we could still convert Martel to ball playing defender as well. I've got a problem. I need an intervention, honestly. I need a group of my friends to sit me down and say, Jonah, this is a safe space. We love you, but we stop converting players to BPD. Yeah. So Aster is in. Do we get another centre half, or do we just trust Maloney and Janssen? I like the duo, to be honest. I mean, there's 13 mil in the budget. And there are a couple of targets I'm quite interested in, but not actually at CB. I'd love to bring Bisek back, but not right now. I feel as though it just wouldn't be realistic. He's at Inter Milan. He appears to be getting a lot of minutes there, and it's 77 overall, 23 years old, playing for a Champions League side. It wouldn't be realistic for him to come back. We were close to bringing in Kumbedi in the last episode. We chose Giller, but we could still bring him in anyway. And we could still sign him anyway. We are looking for a new fullback regardless. And I'd prefer him to Ryan Fredericks, if I'm being honest. Or Bolde. Tierno Bolde at choice. I've never used either. Either would be fine as a backup for Giller. Well, I don't think I've used Kumbedi before, but I've certainly never used this guy before. Tierno Bolde. Don't really know anything about him whatsoever, playing for Troyes right now. But we should be able to get him for close to the market valuation. Let's go 2.5 mil. And everyone wants Limperle. He's a Cohen Academy graduate, but we're still going to say no because I like him for the bench. But 2.5 mil, tension bar's barely filled up. And I often say, a little tip for you guys, if you notice the tension bar's barely filled, it means you can carry on with basically the same fee you've already put in. The club is likely to accept it the second time of asking. Tierno Bolde, 2.5 mil. Well, I don't know anything about this guy whatsoever, but as I said before, in this year's FC, taking the feedback on board from the last couple of years, I'm trying to sign players that I've never used before or barely used before, and I've definitely never had this guy in my team before, but I'm excited to give him a go. And to be fair, he looks pretty decent from the base stats as well on a 5-year, 10 grand a week deal. Welcome to the Rhine Energy Stadion. Tierno Bolde, 71 overall, 22 years old. And again, you look at the stats here, he's quick. His stamina and strength definitely need to improve him. But technically, he's pretty solid going forward. 71 dribbling, 70 crossing, 70 ball control as well. And if we can get that strength up, if we can get the stamina up as well, and get him a high defensive work rate, he could possibly end up being our starting right back ahead of Jaleur, who we originally signed for that role. A good competition now at right back. With our budget now down to just shy of 10 mil, I'm going to try and make yet another new signing and another player to return as well. Another lad born in Cologne, and despite being born in Germany, represents another nation on the international stage. It is the left back at AS Monaco, Ishmael Jacobs. It seems as though they don't seem to rate him as highly as we would, because whilst he's rapid with some pretty decent physicals all across the board and technically very good when going forward as well, he's not out of contract come the end of the season, I don't think, but he's available on a cut price deal. So with that being the case, if we can get him under market valuation, I think this will be a brilliant signing on that left-hand side there. Because I think with Fink Graffe, we could possibly move him into LCB based on his defensive stats. So we'll see if Monaco will accept a lowered evaluation deal. And if they do, then that means clearly not too big on this guy. Ishmael Jacobs, like Salih Ozcan, returning to Cologne. Just like Astor Franks, I probably could have got him for less than the fee I paid, but for £7 million, I'm not going to say no to this return. It makes sense. Monaco have got a wonder kid at left back in Ouattara, and also Caio Enrico's higher rates. They could afford to let go of this guy, and as he returns to Cologne, a Cologne-born academy graduate that represents Senegal on the international stage, he, like Salih Ozcan, is back at the Rhine Energy Stadion, and I'm buzzing with this. So I wanted to bring him back at some point, and like Ozcan, I've got him a year earlier than I planned. Welcome back to the Rhine Energy Stadion, Ishmael Jacobs, or Jacobs, I have to look that up. But even so, 6 foot, so tall. Could possibly play LCB, but really, based on these stats here, far better going forward than he is defensively. So with that being the case, and a long throw trait as well, I'm just going to get those work rates up from medium to high as soon as we can, and have this guy running both sides of the game really, on the offensive and defensive end down left-hand side, because again, defensively he's not terrible, but soon enough he should get better stats there, including the strength as well. And once he gets to high work rates, if his stamina increases to like mid to high 80s coming the end of the season, he'll be a monster on both ends of the pitch, both when going forward and defensively as well. Here we go, here we go. This is why I wasn't panicking at the start of the season. We had no depth at all. We're gradually getting better and better and better. So, yeah, I do really like Fink Graffe, don't get me wrong. He is a slightly better defender as well, but Ishmael eventually will become a better one than him once we focus on those defensive stats. And what we could possibly do again is move Fink Graffe into LCB. And I actually think personally, that might be where he's at his best as well, alongside DJ, two young lads out of the academy. I think that might be the best little duo there. Left foot, right foot. And again, to me, I think Graffe, based on his stats, and again, being 6 foot means he's tall enough. He's tall enough. If we get the jumping up, I think it could be a really smart little LCB. And so we're just shy of 1.75 mil in the budget and 3 new signings on deadline day. I think we'll leave it there for transfers. Yeah, like in our team is looking at, we don't really need a... Everyone wants Damian Downs. It's crazy. We don't really need... no, I like this guy for the squad. We don't really need to have a big squad, if you will. So whilst we don't have that much depth anyway, it's enough. It's enough for us to cover midweek football, cup games, and that's all we really need here. And yeah, I'm happy how the team's looking. To be fair, I might bring in one more player. Hamburg icon, who was released in the summer. Bakari Jatta, free agent, Gambian, 26 years old, absolutely rapid, with good stamina as well. Released by Hamburg, but could just do a job here as a squad winger. I might just bring him in for the squad. Yeah, we may not be overly concerned about the depth, but it's always nice to have a few more bodies in the team, just in case an injury crisis occurs. And after spending his entire career at Hamburg, being released in the summer must have hurt, but it's only taken him a few weeks to find a new team. As he stays in Germany and joins FC Köln. Welcome to the Rhine Energy Stadion. Bakary Jatta, 26 years old again, Gambia. Just looked it up. No caps for Gambia. Very interesting indeed, but absolutely rapid, and that's what this guy is all about. Good dribbling, decent crossing, decent shot power for the most part. He's going to be that kind of guy that just comes off the bench and runs at tight legs. And the thing I really like about him, medium-high work rates on a winger. Oh yeah, you know that's a Docks sort of winger that. Welcome Jatta. Oof, with 3 hours to go, there is a bid for Pacarada. Wouldn't be against selling him, but with 3 hours to go on deadline day, I often say this, like if the clock's going down and you haven't got anyone planned to replace them with, it's best just to keep them. They're worth more than a small transfer fee, you know. So Pacarada will stay at least until January. So that's it. Deadline day comes to an end. Really didn't want to sell Chabot, man. Really didn't want to lose him. Oh, Flamingo! He's gone to Strad Brest. Really didn't want to lose him. But I guess the silver lining, every cloud's got one, is that it helped us reinvest bringing in 4 new players on deadline day. And the top moves on deadline day, Antonio Silva leaving Benfica to Leipzig, 66 mil. Destiny Udogie joins Barca. I'm a huge fan of this guy. And as his Xavi appears, 51.7 mil, he joins last season's Champions League winners. And Spurs replacing with Douglas Luiz for 45.9 mil. Deadline day comes to an end. Lots of transfers, lots of signings. 8 new signings in total, but I'm liking how the team is looking for Season 2. And as the window does come to a close, and we have 3 more scouting updates, or I should say 3 scouting updates for the first time. Let's see what we got. Don't forget, for this season, for the first time, we are specifying types, which is something I normally never do. So from Germany, only looking for goalkeepers, and already might have a good one there in Michael Schneider. We'll do 1 more month of scouting there. As for Switzerland, I don't think anyone's going to make the cut from our first month as we look for a technically gifted sort of player. And as from France, we are looking for a physically strong player. And unfortunately, not making the cut from the first month. This is why I don't like to specify a type or a position, because I always seem to get better results looking for anyone. But hey, it's only been 1 month, plenty of time. So that means that the academy still has just the 4 players in it so far. Lefebvre, who I believe is going to ask for a pro deal at some point this season, and when that happens, I'll try and loan him out in January. Same with Cohen Backer as well. When a player is 18, they're more likely to ask for a pro deal than when they're 16, for example. So yeah, I think both of these will ask for a pro deal at some point. So around November, December time, I'll probably give them one and then try and loan them out in January. Right, so let's crack on. Get a few games on the board as we see Schwabe and Thielemann have both got call-outs. You love to see that. It's always so cool when you're doing an RTG and you see players get their first national team call-ups. You love to see it. I don't think Schwabe's got one. And I'm sure Thielmann doesn't either. And in the cup, unfortunately, I wondered who that was going to be. I just saw the match rescheduled emails. Borussia Dortmund. God damn. We have not had the luck of the cup draw so far in this save. Anyway, first game, Werder Bremen at home. I should say first game outside of the window. Werder Bremen at home. Looking to bounce back here and get back-to-back wins at the Rhine Energy Stadion. Come on, Carl. I don't know if anyone saw the Naby Keita drama during last week, but man, that's damning. Like, Werder Bremen suspending him right towards the end of the season at a crucial time for the rest of the campaign, not wanting him as part of the first team due to, I guess, what you'd call unprofessional conduct. I don't really know what the term would be, but even so, that's mad. That I've always wondered, like, how not necessarily entitled, I'm not sure what the word is here, but, you know, what kind of goes through your mind as a football player when you're playing a team sport and you've got all the best, you know, trainers and nutritionists, and you've got camaraderie with your team, and yet you decide not to travel with the squad just because you're not preliminarily, based on the manager's team selection or whatever, not going to be part of the team. I mean, you still might play if there's an injury crisis or a pre-match injury or something. That's so bad from Naby Keita there. It's one of those moments where it's like, it's kind of inexcusable. Do you know what I mean? I can see why Bremen did decide to suspend him. There's Daniel Jefferson crosses, and wow, I love that. What a response. What a response. Ball into the middle, and Naby says, Gaffer, this is what you'll be missing between now and the end of this season. There's never been question marks about Naby Keita's quality. Everyone knows that. It's his injuries that have been the big problem. But whilst we might not see him between now and the end of the season for Bremen in real life, in this save, he's just scored a wonderful volley to give Bremen the lead. Yeah, let's not get it twisted. Naby Keita on his day, heck of a player. Showed the quality at Leipzig, showed the quality at Liverpool at times. The question was, could he stay injury-free and develop a great attitude? Well, right now, he's part of a Werder Bremen team who have already gone 2-0 up 31 minutes in. My good, I am struggling in this one here. And clearly, case in point, this is why Chabot was so important to this team, man. He was an unbelievable centre-half, and we're going to miss him big time. We had one of the best defensive records in the league last year. Calling it already, it's not going to happen this season. As Thielmann is denied, with Zetterer getting well down low to his left-hand side. Still we trail by 2. Yeah, defensively, oh, another great save. We are not going to be the same team as last year. Not even close. As we still trail and look for a response and need one and still search for it. I think Keita is probably going to go down as one of European football's greatest what-ifs of the past decade, if you will. And he's certainly done brilliantly to win what he's won. But could it have been more? Quite possibly. As Linton does really well. And bangs one in to make it 2-1. 27 minutes to go. Still time here. That's well done from Ishmael. Quick throw. Jan, someone get on the end of this. Linton oh, just over the bar. Last chance to level it. Couldn't hit the target. Well, Naby Keita might not have lived up to his highest potential, if you will, like he showed in the earlier stage of his career at the Red Bull teams, Salzburg and Leipzig, but, well, he's won a ton of things with Liverpool and won man of the match in this game. He absolutely terrorised me. Now, see, Naby, this is what you're capable of, mate, when you're fully focused on the football and injury-free. Class player on his day. Right, let's do a couple more games to try and bounce back here. Haven't won since the opening date. Let's put that right here. Our following game, Eintracht Frankfurt away, which is our first win with Köln last season. Let's get our second win this season here. Come on, Köln. I always find the start of the season for me goes one of two ways. Either I get off to an amazing start and fly out of the blocks, or it's a really tough beginning and I just can't get it sorted for a while. Granted, we won the opening day, but at the moment the latter is looking more likely at this current point. Got to bounce back in this one. This is a crucial game here, so early on in the season in match day 4. Max. Davey. Selke. Off the post. And Frankfurt will clear. Golden chance. Just couldn't squeeze it home. Corner. 32 minutes in. Good start, but still searching for that opening goal. As we get it. Davey Selke. Man, this dude is just so good. He's so, you know, he is 6'5", so of course he's going to win so many aerial duels. But it's why, even though he's not really the striker I tend to go with in FC nowadays, which is a pacey forward to run onto through balls, he's got a little bit of pace, but as clinical as he is with his feet, it's great to know that from set pieces, I've got an option there who's going to win an awful lot of those aerial duels. Third goal in 4 games, off to a flyer this season, and this is what we said to Hoffenheim. You can meet that release clause, but he ain't going to you. He's staying here. Oh, sugar. He's round me. DJ in 2 minds, come across or stay. Oh, what a ball that is. Oh, what a save, Schwabe. What a save. The through ball's brilliant. The save was unbelievable. Schwabe. What a reactionary save to keep us still leading by 1. And there we go. We'll grind it out. A 1-0 victory and a return to winning ways in Frankfurt. Big win that needed it. It was a crucial game. You know, win 1, draw 1, lost 1 in our first 3. So the 4th game, we had to complete the cycle. Get back to winning ways. Otherwise, I'd start to worry we go on a barren run without wins. Big 3 points. Let's do 1 more and we'll end on that. Yep, our final game today should be a banker back home as we take on the newly promoted and currently pointless Hannover 96 at the Rhine Energy Stadion. Only problem is they've got Felix Afena-Jan up top, and if you watch me in this year's FC, you will know this guy always scores against me unless I've got him, like in my Liverpool CM. Final game, Hannover at home. Got to keep Felix quiet. That's the key to success tonight. Come on. Win him. And Franks out wide to Jan. Selka's in the middle, using that big body of his to hold it up and play him through. This has got to be 1. I see Franks in the middle. Can I sweat it across? Yes, I can. Astor Franks with the finish and can't lead by a goal. First goal for his new club. He's off the mark. 1-0. 10 minutes after the restart. We still lead by 1. There's DJ. DJ's having a brilliant game in the back, by the way. He's been sublime. Hanover have not been able to find a way past him as we still lead by 1. And whilst it'll be our 3rd win in a row by a single goal to 0, I don't mind 1 bit, man. I'll take this right now. DJ's looking brilliant out there. Searching for his 3rd clean sheet already. There's Jalur. Tries his luck. Oh, and fizzes 1 just wide. 27 minutes to go to grind out another 1-0 win. What's Cam? Thielmann. Selka, can you get there? Yes. Bang it, son. Game over. Good night. And it's going to be our 3rd win of the season. What a shocker. It's Davey again. 4th of the season already for our number 27. Yeah, we had to give him that contract extension and a wage increase. I think it's safe to say it's money well spent. This dude is just unbelievable. And a stark reminder as to why the overall rating is important, but not the most important factor. This dude plays like an 83, 84 rated striker, man. A mixed start to the season, but a great way to follow on from a disappointing loss at home to Werder Bremen. Back-to-back clean sheets and back-to-back wins as FC Köln start the season off with 3 wins in 5. And while Chabot leaving to Leverkusen might be a big blow, DJ showed in that game why our backline is still in safe hands. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with more big games in the Bundesliga as we play through sloggy season and get towards the winter break. And we'll have the 2nd round of the DFB Pokal at home to Dortmund, aiming to go further than last year where we were knocked out in this round. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.